So dress codes in school vanished. I'm trying to figure out why the f is elementary school kids wearing booty shorts and shirts tied up to their f***ing middle of their chest.
Crazy.
Principals over here walking past the shit.
Right.
It's pictures and posters up representing the school of students in crop tops and booty shorts. Damn near showing their ass cheeks. This is what the f we're living in now? No dress codes. I get it. Be comfortable in your own body. But as a child in a school setting where you're influential on other people and just in general, where the fuck did the dress code go?
Right.
These principals too weak in the knees or something? I'm like, where did it go for real? Let me be a mother principal at a school. Dress code. Your kid's not following dress code. Come pick him up. I don't give a fuck. We're not doing the baggy sweatpants in the gym locker room.
Oh, yeah, y'all. It's time for us to talk about this. The dress code, especially in schools, elementary schools, is starting to get out of hand. Like, it's already bad enough that you got young kids dressing like they're adults, but it's starting to affect even the younger grades. And like this young lady is saying, where are the principals? Where are the people that have the ability to say there is a dress code at this school and you have to abide by it? This is a big issue. It's not just happening in a vacuum. We're going to dive into it. I got multiple clips that we're going to get into today. Let's get into the next one, y'all.
Is anybody else confused? Are the real parents in the building with us? Like,
Right.
It really gets to a point where that cool mom, dad shit got to go to the side. What the society is talking about and what they think is normal. I can't believe how some of y'all let y'all kids walk out the motherfucking door. Like, you clear it off? I don't know if you preparing them for the school year or for the club. Either way, it's highly disappointing. I'm saying crop tops, and not just any type of crop top. I'm talking about like a bra top crop. Girl, I can't even explain it. The pre-Ks in there with chains on their pants and shit, drip to death, drip so hard. Like, if y'all don't get the on, these kids gonna go to recess soon. And I don't give a damn if you're a senior. I don't give a damn. You still on your parents' roof. It needs to be a dress code. The schools ain't no better because where's the principal? Is the principal principing?
Right.
Principing? But can they read?
Principing.
Can they read? No one can recite a song, but can they motherfucker recite a chapter?
Right.
Because, baby, if that swag ain't matching that knowledge, what are we doing here? Who the fuck making these little ass skirts? Because I don't know what y'all got going on and what's the intent or what's the reason. But y'all gotta wrap this shit on up. Y'all gotta get this shit on the wraps. Like, this shit, that shit is, that girl, what?
So I just dropped off my little cousins to school. And I was I don't know if I'm just getting old.
Nah,
but
that ain't it.
I was very alarmed about the amount of young girls. And this is an elementary school because they are 7 and 10.
7 and 10. 7 to 10.
The amount of young girls that have on like short Nike biking shorts.
They dress like grown women.
There was a girl that was in charge of like the parent drop off line, and she turned to the side, and I was like, and I see all this conversation about what's happening with Northwest and how she dresses, but like, let's talk about the everyday parent that got their kids walking around the streets with their cheeks out. Yeah. Like, I can't fathom. Like, granted, maybe when I was growing up, like, your skirt had to reach your knees, but, like, we felt like it was extreme. But I don't see why, like, I don't know. Why is it getting to the point where that's okay for young girls under 12 to have on barely any shorts? Like, every pair, like, most of the girls I saw this morning, if they didn't have on those shorts, they had on something else. And nothing was mid-thigh.
That's crazy.
Nothing. Everything is, like, at the cusp of their butts.
Crazy. Elementary
But we got
school,
everything
y'all.
to say about Northwest. And her showing cleavage. But it's okay for your daughter to have her cheeks hanging out in elementary school.
Yeah, it's getting absolutely out of hand, y'all, when parents are allowing, and that's the key word, they are allowing their daughters to walk out of the house like that. And this goes back to, again, soft parenting. The fact that, and I'm going to just say it, I feel like a lot of it has to do with like the women's sexual liberation movement as well. Women have now taken their own adult liberation, wanting to be free sexually and all of that crap, and they become mothers. And now they want to dress however they want to dress. They will now dress their daughters how they dress or allow their daughters to want to emulate them and dress how they dress. They think it's cute. It's not. There's nothing cute about a young girl looking and dressing like an older woman. Like, it opens the doors to so many issues. And let's be honest, the reason why women dress immodestly and scantily clad and tight clothes all of the time is because they are seeking male attention. I say it. They are seeking male attention. And when you dress a little girl that same way, what do you think happens when you dress her in a way that attracts the male gaze, that attracts male attention? You're now putting male attention on your young daughter when you allow her to walk out the house like that. And I feel like the biggest travesty are the fathers that are allowing their daughters that live in the same household as them to walk out the house in those same clothes. I don't care about the peer pressure. Like, yo, you're going to have to be different. Ain't no way you're going to be coming in my house looking like that if that's my daughter, right? That's the way I feel like fathers that are truly on top of it would handle the situation. But that's not always the case. You got parents out there that they don't care. They just let their daughters do what they do. I remember back in the day when you used to watch older movies, or even I've seen it in some cases, girls that used to go to my schools where they would dress one way appropriately coming out the house because they know their parents don't play that, but then they would sneak and put on some other clothes at another time. That's because at the very least, even though that they were still dressing immodestly and inappropriately once they got to school or wherever they was going with their little girls, their little girlfriends or whatever, they knew in the back of their mind, mama don't play that. Daddy don't play that. I can't be seen out in public like this and my family know about it. My parents know about it and everything is going to be okay. That's no longer there. That's no longer there. Like the parents are actually going and buying them the clothes. The parents are seeing their daughters with their cleavage out, their butts hanging out, the tight clothes that are form fitting. They see it and they allow them to walk out the door and think everything is cool with it. If your daughter looks like a mini version of you and she looks like a mini adult, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not. And it opens up the door to so many issues. And that's what the lady in this last clip is going to touch on. So let's check this out.
Okay, this may ruffle some feathers. And if this offends you, I'm sorry. I'm not wanting to offend anybody, but I do want to challenge mothers and fathers out there. Why do I see so many little girls, elementary girls, wearing little bitty clothes, little bitty crop tops, and little bitty shorts where their little cheekies are hanging out? It's not cute.
It's not.
It is our job to protect them. Do you know how many sickos are out there? My daughter went to a birthday party the other day. The little girl was turning 7. And
y'all.
She was wearing a teeny tiny crop top and teeny tiny shorts. And it was at the mall where there are probably dozens of perverts. And the mom and the dad are believers. They're Christians.
Wow.
I may get some hate for this, but that's okay. Because my heart is not to upset people or come off as judgmental, but my heart is to open minds and wake people up to the dangers that are out there. Let's try to teach our little girls that modesty is beautiful. Modesty should be valued, and they don't have to dress like everyone else. They don't have to dress like their friends to be beautiful.
I got to keep it 100. Your daughter should not be dressed like a 304. Like, period. If your daughter comes out of the house looking like a 304 and she's in elementary school, like, that is on you as a parent. You are the problem. And like this lady mentioned, if you are a believer, you believe in God, you believe in faith, whatever your religion is, right? In most religions, there is a such thing as modest dress, excuse me. And if you are allowing your tender age, in this case, daughter, to come out of the house dressed immodestly, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? That is not a representation of righteous behavior, and not even to be Bible thumping nobody about it, because it goes well beyond that. Just what is the perception? What is what am I trying to say? What is the perception? What is it going to look like when you are walking out of the house like that as a young girl? You look like a 304. Let's keep it 100. And I am so sick of our society the way it is today, with people afraid to speak out, afraid to offend other people, walking on eggshells. And oh my God, we got to be so mindful of how we talk to people. But the irony is, the people that we have to so-called walk on these eggshells around, they can be belligerent, they can be entitled, they can do and say and be however they want, as loud and as proud as they want. And we have to just acquiesce and deal with it, not say nothing when we see things that are going on in our society, in our culture, in the schools with our children. That doesn't make any sense. We can't be afraid. We can't be punk parents and not speak up when we see something going on. Whether you got kids or you don't, like myself, I don't have any kids, but I feel like I can definitely speak on this issue because I have young cousins in my family. I have young family members, and I see this, and it's like, no, I don't want nobody to see one of my young cousins and think that she's dressed like a 304. Like, you shouldn't be going out with a young girl that's a teenager and she's getting men doing double takes on her because of the way she's dressed. If she was dressed modestly, you're not going to see a lot of that. But when you put a young girl in some immodest clothing, yes, it's going to do the same thing that it does when you put a grown woman in those same immodest, tight, tiny clothes that are revealing and showing off and accentuating her body, her curves, her breasts, all of that. It's going to get the male gaze, it's going to get male attention. And I promise you, you do not want to have grown men or even young boys putting their time and their attention and their gaze onto your young tender age daughter. Like, no, that's bad. And we definitely got to start speaking up about this. Like, there is nothing wrong with modesty. I know that there's a lot of people that's like, oh, I should have my freedom, I should be able to wear what I want. Yeah, wear what you want if your role in this society is a 304. If that's your role, continue to dress how you dress. But many women do not regard themselves as 304s, but that is the way they dress. And now it's starting to trickle down to the young girls. And that's where we need to draw the line and start correcting this behavior before it's too late. But hey, this situation is insane. And I know that there are differing opinions about this, but I stand firm on my opinion. I feel like this is wrong. I feel like women and young girls especially need to dress more modestly. If you don't want to be a 304, if you don't want to be perceived as a 304, if you don't want unrequited male attention based on your dress and your attire, you got to change. And we definitely shouldn't want that for the young girls of our society. So that's my thoughts. Share yours in the comments. We'd love to know your take. And until next time, I'm Jay. Stay blessed.